Does it show that you are? What? Okay. Hey, you guys. We were just down at the border wall, had a little bit of a conversation with federales and the Mexican government there through immigration. And now we are here at the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol Boulevard Station. It's one of the 6 hard sites. And we've shown you several today. This is the 4th one. There's 7 total sites. So one of them is headquarters, but there's 6 hard sites. And so this is one of those. We've shown you 2 others, and we'll continue to bring you more of that. But this is about 14 minutes away from where we were down at the border wall. And this is a place where they process, but also can house some of them and temporarily, but it's a hard site because it's not a temporary building like the soft site Notai Mesa. So that's another facility, but that's not one of 6 hard sites. There's tons of vehicles here. There's many buildings over in the back, including this building here, which is where they would start to process. And, you know, if they were going to hold them, they would go in one of those buildings back there. But again, it's not very far, so they can't house a ton of there, but they definitely can bring some of them. And when we were at the Chula Vista, which is the San Ysidro hard site, they were bringing out a family who had been processed and were taking them and transporting them somewhere. So it's the question is, you know, how do they decide who they're going to put in what area? You know, because a lot of the, you know, unaccompanied or the men and single people that are going to soft 1,000 square foot soft site Notai Mesa at the Browns Field. And, you know, so then they can have, you know, several hundred going across to the other locations, as well as they're sending them to Yuma because it's really but the sunset has been beautiful. It's still a really beautiful, you know, view looking out and whatnot, but wanted to bring you this site before we kind of got lost light because there's so many things to cover and a lot of places today in Tecate along the wall and the 4 points. Then we went inside to the Chula Vista site, which again is San Ysidro, so I don't really understand why we're saying that. And then we went on down to Tecate, and again, port of entry. And then we also brought you to Campo, here to the border wall. Actually, we did the camp at Incopah. Actually, we did. I'm sorry. I didn't talk to you. We were just showing you it was crazy windy there. All of the structures are getting destroyed. And it's weird because the people that are providing them were saying that they go and clean up, but it seems to be left there. The wind is so harsh that the structures are just, like I said, being destroyed. Then we did a wall. They'll bring you there another time. We wanted to go down to the other side where I hadn't come to you live before, and you know what we saw was pretty crazy. Sitting up there, the side on their end of the wall is very easy to breach. It's not as though it's like on the other side near Inca put up that has been welded to the fence and part of a rock that they put a screw in, and then they have the federales and the Mexican government sitting there in just one tent. But where we there's, you know, Starlink, there's a generator which is actually from an Indiana company, which is Indiana's in the United States. So I mean, how'd you get that over there? They opened one of the, you know, doors that's there. It makes you wonder, but with that being the only entry point in, you know, probably miles, it's interesting for the people that I had seen just down the road as you're coming in to go to that site where they were sitting there for a few days. And I mean, how did they get there if it wasn't through that spot in the fence? And why did these, you know, does Mexico have that ladder sitting up against it saying that it's so that they can get a better view? I mean, that just doesn't make sense, you know? I think, and why take it down as soon as you were approached asking why it was up? It's like, oh no, it's not, we're just gonna put it down here. I mean, if you're not doing anything wrong, that's the thing, they're always trying to hide what's going on. But I just wanted to show you this site. It's not as, compound-like. But there's, a fence, two gates right here that are electric, and then there is a fence around the perimeter, but it's not, the type of walls that there is at the other locations. And so it'll be interesting to the following two locations that we have left, and just kind of give you a roundabout idea of all of the places, how close they are. And right now there's a Camp 177 that we didn't go to. It's in Jewel Valley. We're passing kind of near there, but as it's getting dark, it would be just best to keep moving on. But we will come to you again with going there, and that's where they seem to be coming through. But again, this is still so organized that people would have to know, because you wouldn't go down to Ecopah and go, oh shoot, I can't cross right here, right? They're going to go wherever it's being facilitated. So you have to understand that it's something that, is again, very well organized. It's not as though there aren't times when it's not being facilitated by many people helping out along the way, because that would be really far to go to the Ecopah area and have to go all the way even to the other side of the fence where the federales are there, or any other place. So, they're shifting things around, and it makes you wonder, is it because it's being exposed by, people and they don't want that to happen? And so they're going to go try and hide it till that place gets burnt, and then they just keep moving on. Who knows? But we'll continue to bring you the story. Thank you for joining us. We're going to bring you a couple of more things later on this evening as we get back into town. But again, we're here at the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol station. It's one of the 6 hard sites. Showing you others today. Brought you quite a big range of, locations, and some old, just continuing to expose and be transparent about this border machine that we find ourselves just wrapped up in. So thank you guys for joining us. And